listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
Hey, you guys! Welcome to the Smacked Raw podcast, your favorite wrestling recap show. I'm your host Kyle, and we got a returning Sebastian to SmackDown. What a familiar face! Barely recognize you under that beard, man.
Welcome back.
It's gonna get bigger.
Welcome back.
Like the mustache and the sides might get trimmed, but as far as like this goes, I'm probably gonna let it grow out.
Shit, man! I say shave everything right here and just do the Wolverine.
Yeah.
Well, the sides are getting kind of annoying.
Yeah. And who's also quickly becoming another familiar face on SmackDown? It's RN in the house.
What's good, fellas? How y'all doing?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Hey, listen, man. We're that wrestling recap show, the only one you've got to worry about. You can find us on youtube.com/SmackDraw Podcast. Of course, if you're listening to us through audio, we're on all pretty much the podcast platforms that you need to listen to. We live stream on probably too much shit, but we have a fun little tool, man, that lets you go ahead and chat with us on any of those live streams during the show. We'll give you a shout out, ask questions, be part of the presentation, man, and hit us up. Otherwise, you know the deal by now. Like, subscribe, download, all that fun stuff. Leave your comments. Talk shit about Sebastian. No, don't talk shit about Sebastian. We miss Sebastian. We talk shit about you. Talk shit about me cutting my goatee. I'm regretting that now. But it's all good. We're here to talk SmackDown, of course. I think this one was live. I want to say this was the last live show, and everything now is taped up through Money in the Bank. Otherwise, this was a pre-taped episode, and I'm just behind it. It was decent, man. It was what was this, like filler? You know?
Yeah.
Dolph promo was pretty sick.
Yeah.
Dude was speaking with some passion, man. He was getting all misty-eyed and shit, talking about the championship belt. I was like, damn, Dolph. Like, those acting classes coming out. That's for sure.
Facts.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I don't know, man.
And
I
that's
don't know.
it.
Fucking Forgotten Sons pinning New Day and shit. Get into that. Fuck. That's...
Well, I guess, last time I was on that, I think it was 2 weeks ago, we were talking about how quick they would fall. Looks like they...
Oh, they're gonna get like one little fucking pity push.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna at least try.
started early, dude.
It's weird. What do you think they go by to gauge now if a wrestler is working or not working?
I thought about that right after this match, actually.
Yeah.
I was like, they did all right. It was a decent match, but I can't get behind them. And I was like, I wonder what they are judging this shit on.
Yeah, you can't go by Twitter. You can't really go by social media too much. I'm sure there's some stuff, but
they probably have like testing groups and control groups and shit. Fucking, they probably got all types of metrics we have no idea about.
I wonder, man.
Because my thing is, they cut all those NXT people, but they sure as hell do have a bunch of jobbers every fucking week.
They have more numbers in Major League Baseball, dude. And I don't know.
Don't know, man. Well, let's start it off, man. Let's run the show down from the beginning. Starting at the beginning, we kicked off the show tonight with a Daniel Bryan promo. He said in wrestling he always likes to try new things, and that's why he's especially excited for the Money in the Bank match. Climb the corporate ladder, starting at the bottom of Titan Towers and ultimately having a match at the top of the building. I am still perplexed what this thing is going to look like. They're going to give it the cinematic treatment, I've heard. I think that's what I've heard. Like the Boneyard match and...
they knocked it out of the park at WrestleMania, I thought. So
yeah. Hey, whoever did the Boneyard match, you need to bring him back. Like,
it's got to be Borash. That had to be.
Yeah, no, they said Borash. Like he was part of like who helped the broken Matt Hardy stuff, right?
Yeah.
They said it was him and a couple other people. I can't remember, but definitely use those guys. Brian goes over how his first title victory was cashing in a Money in the Bank match, or cashing in his Money in the Bank contract on the Big Show. So nice tie in there. I realize there's a lot of former Money in the Bank winners in this year's match. There really is. But he wanted Gulak to be part of the Money in the Bank match, but Gulak was eliminated by Corbin. So that prompts Daniel Bryan to call out Corbin. And I don't honestly, I think Corbin's back on that king shtick again, so I tuned him out, and it just resulted in a match.
But my question is, when did they swap out Sami Zayn for Corbin?
They didn't swap him out. So the behind the scenes stuff is Sammy doesn't feel safe coming to the tapings, so he's sticking out.
Well, no, I knew that with him, but I mean, like storyline wise and like on the show, when did they?
Oh, I mean, they're just taking like, hey, who showed up to work this week? Okay, cool. We're gonna create the story with you guys.
They had the match last week, though, right? Wasn't that a qualifying match?
Yeah. Well, Gulak and Corbin.
Yeah.
Yeah. In which case,
I'm
Corbin
talking about
won.
No. What I was talking about is how Shinsuke and Cesaro jumped to Corbin's team.
Yeah, I like how the Wrestle Talk boys, they call Corbin has the mid card vortex or something. Like if you're just like a heel in the mid card, you just gravitate to Corbin to be his henchman.
Well, I guess if you really want to like analyze it, they was feuding with Gulak, last month and so.
Yeah, I mean,
like I guess it's more of a I hate you Gulak than I love Corbin company.
Man, it's just a matter of who shows up to work. Hey, you showed up at work? Cool. You're a bad guy? Cool. You're going to do some bad guy shit.
We keep it kayfabe. They hate Gulak. That's it.
That's the hate Gulak. Yeah, whatever, man. The match was actually pretty good, man. I ain't going to lie. Daniel Bryan can have a good match with a damn broom, I'm telling you. He works over Corbin's knee for the majority of the match. Eventually it spills outside, and Corbin gets himself DQ'd, launching a ladder at Daniel Bryan. He goes to do an end of days on the ladder, which would have been fucking brutal. But
we'll see it.
Bryan reversed it into the yes lock. This prompted, like you guys were saying, Nakamura and Cesaro to come out, jump Daniel Bryan for seemingly no reason, and culminated with them like throwing Bryan into a stack of ladders. I like how Corey Graves was like, I don't know if I dare say it, but could we see that happen at Money in the Bank? Referencing Daniel Bryan just getting like Irish whipped into a couple ladders. I was like, calm down, Corey. It wasn't that brutal, man. It's okay. He's all right, man. He's a pro wrestler. He'll be fine. But the match was good, man. It was a good match.
Yeah, it was a decent match.
Where the fuck is Gulak? Gulak should have been there.
Right.
Guy's ass whip last week.
Guy's ass whip. Yeah, that's true. He did get his ass whip. Oh, he got taken out with the scepter.
Yeah.
That's what it was. He got taken out with the scepter. What we do? We got a Braun promo. Oh, what were you going to say?
I would say I'm just waiting on them to unleash Gulak, bro. He needs to be a heel ASAP.
Fuck yeah, man. I want to see Gulak. Gulak with the turning heel on Bryan in Money in the Bank and then winning the fucking contract would have been nice. A lot of people would really benefit from that contract. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
How long they would benefit for varies, but just the immediate spotlight on him, I think, would be good.
Well, my thing is like you're seeing when they finally gave Gulak a shot and put him with somebody of importance. I mean, you see what he's can do. Like to me, like I said, I mean, I was standing for him the last couple of weeks, but he's fucking amazing. Yeah, he's fucking amazing. Like I said, we haven't even seen evil, destructive, brutalized fucking Gulak. Like I'm telling you, like go back and watch some of the old Evolve stuff with Catch Point, man. I'm telling you, this is just the tip of the iceberg.
I'd like to see Daniel Bryan go heel again and have him as a heel tag team.
Yeah, that'd be dope too,
dope, man.
I'd like to see him start a Catch Point in WWE because the stable itself was dope. It's like they were a stable together, but they would fight each other if they had to. Like not like as far as like anything fucked up, but like if one of them was the champ, they would challenge the other one and fight for the belt and shit. Like the dynamics of it was crazy, weird, and the group itself was, but it was actually legit.
Yeah, I've always heard good things about Catch Point, man. I'll go back and see if they got they probably got like a highlight video on YouTube or something. I'll check it out. Something that wasn't dope though was Braun Strowman's new fucking Strowman Express shirt. That's all I could stare at was that stupid ass T-shirt he was wearing.
I hate that fucking move so much.
Yeah, like, no, he got a T-shirt for it, man. Got a T-shirt.
Literally the worst move in wrestling.
Turn everything into merch, man. Turn everything into merch. I love the Y2AJ merch. Fucking
for a week.
Yeah.
Like a week.
Every time I see that, when I saw that shirt at the start, you ever seen that meme of the old man and he's looking at the little kid with like the surf shirt on? He's like, "You're such a fucking liar. You don't even know how to fucking surf."
we actually
That shirt was.
we went over that at work today. We were like, I think someone walked in was wearing like a Biggie shirt, but this kid couldn't have been but like 19 years old. You know what I mean? Like I was like, you actually listen to Biggie? You know? And they were like, nah.
Did you pick Biggie out of a lineup?
Yeah, right. They I was like, nah, I can't hate on you, man. I was like, I can't hate on you. I was like, dude, I was like, if you want the biggest example, like fucking look at anybody that has like rock some Thrasher. Like none of those motherfuckers skateboard, you know? We all did it. We all did it at some point. Hell, I walked around with a bunch of Pink Floyd shit. I never listened to a Pink Floyd song in my life, it felt like. Except that, like, another brick in the wall, though.
I bought a shirt from Walmart on vacation because it matched my swim trunks.
There
Never
you
listened
go.
to it in my life.
Well, anyways, this Braun
Can y'all
promo
hear
gets
me?
interrupted. What's up?
Can you hear me?
A little bit.
Okay. It popped
You're
up on
using
my
the
wasn't
you're using the snowball, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit closer to it. You sound so soft. You got such a soft voice.
Well, I think my mic's having problems. It just now popped up and said it quit working. So
Oh, well, we hear you.
okay.
Firefly Funhouse, though, man. This is kind of a weird one for Bray because, like, Braun didn't really betray Bray. It was the fucking draft. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think Bray's just upset Braun never gave him a proper goodbye. He didn't give him a hug. He didn't thank him. He just kind of was like, well, I'm off to Raw.
The promo was actually legit though, for
It was
real.
good.
Like,
Yeah.
It was good. Yeah. Bray broke out story time is what it was. It was the black
Yeah.
sheep referring to Braun Strowman. Yeah, he had the black sheep mask and everything, man. Like I said, he loosely referenced how Strowman pretty much just up and left the Wyatt family, never had any closure. And like I said, it was the draft that did it. And then I like how he punctuated it because he talked directly about Braun, but then he brought it back to this is supposed to be like its own book, and he was like, yeah, and then they foreclosed the farm, and then the reptilians took over because that's what reptilians do.
right.
That shit was funny as fuck, man. Braun said he don't want no games, and then by that point, Bray just dipped. He was just like, all right, bye, and then that was the fucking promo. Which
I just
like.
can't take Braun. I just can't take Braun seriously. Even like his voice, everything. Like when he talks, like I just can't take him serious. Like I've tried to like not be a hater about it, but just like everything about him to me fucking sucks.
I mean, given the lineup, and wrestler's current status with the company, because you could make an argument, well, put that belt on Cesaro, he's championship material. I mean, just looking at like everybody's like where they stand power ranking wise, like Braun's in there for the champion. He is.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like
Yeah.
I'm not hating on the fact that they chose him. They chose him because their number one guy was gone, so they had to pick their number two guy, which I understand. But like just for
Snubbed
me
the
personally,
shit out of Roman too, man. They're scrubbing him right now from the history books. Took him off the Make-A-Wish shit. It's like they phoned John Cena back in. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying, man. He does feel kind of like a paper champion. He feels kind of. It does feel out of place, but I mean,
I'm not even talking about the championship, him being the champion. Honest, I'm just talking about him in general.
the
Like,
character,
everything, like his moveset,
a
like
weird babyface character, man. He's so
it's weird as fuck. Like you don't. I mean, I like I said, if his promos were better, or even if he had somebody doing promos for him, like he's ass on the mic. Like they need to come to grips with that. Like he's not good on the mic. He's just not.
You know what I'd like to see? Like, and you could do a babyface or heel with Braun, is have him back up Lexa Bliss.
Like her muscle or something, yeah.
Yeah, because they were really charming. Like everybody remembers like their whole thing with the Mixed Max Challenge. And they're like super charming, and like you could do them as like a face team based off of that chemistry, or they would be an awesome heel team because you get Braun to shut the fuck up, and Alexa Bliss is fire on the microphone.
And if she could just be like just unleashing him on fucking people.
Exactly.
They're actually friends. That's why they have such good chemistry because they're actually friends. But
yeah,
he just needs to stay the fuck away from a mic. Just period.
Yeah, like I said, he's not terrible. He's just awkward.
Yeah,
It's
just the
it's
voice
just
there.
like,
The
And it
fee
is.
fi fo fum shit, bro. Like I just can't get into it. Whoa, 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 whoa.
I
Like,
wonder if it's the writing or if that's just his personality. Because like a lot of people hate Roman's promo styles, but then when Roman came out and did the whole Joe stuff, you're like, oh damn, Roman, like you actually are very charismatic on the mic when you don't have terrible writing.
I'm one of those people.
So,
I like Joe. I hate Roman. Like it's the same fucking thing.
what
Like
do you think, Seb?
I agree. I mean, WWE and their over scripting's been a problem for a lot of guys that probably would have a better chance without it. Roman
facts,
one.
True,
facts.
man. It's true. Look at Heath Slater. They got that damn free agent promo running the rounds on Twitter right now. Heath did. I forgot how damn good that was. But yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. Right now, if Roman is just naturally not the best on the mic or is just given the bad, freaking scripts, yeah, take the mic away from him. Take the mic away from him. Have him come out. Just fucking be that. I mean, he's a beast, man. Speaking of beast, Sheamus was here to murder poor Leon Ruff. Dude, like who pissed in Sheamus's Cheerios? Like this dude really is fucking.
Jeff
He's
Hardy.
fucking.
Apparently.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think Jeff did.
He's been vicious as hell this last month, man. Like
Why they been feeding him these jobbers, bro? It's not even funny, bro. And they've been jobbers of all sizes too. So it ain't like they just been feeding them little guys. Like
yeah,
he's been fucking annihilating people.
yo, when he came out and was doing like the MMA style elbows and knees the other week.
Oh,
Jesus! I was like, because you got to think, there's probably some guys that like you hear you're gonna job to him and you're like, cool. Like I imagine the Big Show's quite gentle with you. Even Baron Corbin shows restraint in his stuff. I even noticed a point where he had Daniel Bryan lined up for where Bryan was on his knees, and Corbin was lining up to knee him in the face, and Corbin actually reset himself before he threw the knee, and I caught that, and I was like, that's him looking out to not hurt Daniel Bryan. So imagine some of those guys, you hear like, okay, you're going to get tossed around by these dudes. You're like, all right, cool. But then they're like, okay, we're going to have Sheamus toss you around. You're like, fuck, dude.
stiff as fuck.
Yeah, man. It just looks like it fucking hurts, man. Sheamus is a beast. He's a beast. Yeah.
Fun to watch, though.
Huh?
It's fun to watch, though.
Yeah. Oh, I don't lie about that.
I mean,
UFC hasn't held an event in like a month and a half, man. This is kind of my fix is watching Sheamus. Oh man, the fuck, dude! Like, I love how Michael Cole is Jeff Hardy's proxy. Like Sheamus hasn't been able to feud with Jeff, so it's just like, fuck you, Michael Cole.
The worst part is, like Michael Cole's probably like trying not to laugh the whole fucking entire time too.
Corey Graves is off frame, dude. So I bet Corey's allowed to laugh sitting there.
Oh yeah.
I like Sheamus walked up to Michael Cole and he's like after he beat Leon and he's like, "Are you going to talk about Jeff Hardy now?" And he's like, "Well, yes, I am. We're going to roll the comeback clip." He's just go ahead and roll it, fella. Oh fuck, man.
Actually, yes, we actually have that lined up right now.
Yeah, it's like I'm glad you see how this works, Sheamus. You win, the show moves on. Like,
yeah, it's over, bro. Chill.
Yeah. Yeah, we got the comeback clip. It covers Jeff when he got his injury in 2019, and then he's returning next week. Did I see something online that like his like one of his entrance like themes? I guess it's one I missed. But apparently has a really popular entrance theme, and they're thinking that's going to return next week as well. Saw that going around on Twitter, man.
Fuck if I know. He's asked to me, so I don't know.
Yeah?
Can't remember what it was called.
I'm looking it up right now.
That's probably that
ass,
original.
Man. Come on, man. He ain't ass.
Right, he is, man. He's too old, and he's giving too many chances to other people that could be having this spot right now.
Yeah, they did show like 3 mugshots like in that
that's
one video.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, how many chances can one person get, bro? Like, I don't know.
Oh, so it's the No More Words theme.
No more words.
Yeah, No More Words is what they're saying.
I don't even know what that one is.
Yeah, I wonder. I think it might be something like that because Jeff Hardy has like his own band and stuff.
Yeah.
I want to say he's done his own entrance music. I know he did for TNA. I'm wondering if they let him do his own music for WWE. But this was during that blackout period for me. I always call it the Ryback days. Like,
Yeah,
if
thank God
Ryback was
he's
hot,
not-
I wasn't watching wrestling. It had nothing to
Thank
do
God.
with him. It's just the time period I can think of.
Thank God Jeff hasn't got the TNA Jeff Hardy yet. That's,
Yeah.
TNA Jeff Hardy was high as fuck the whole time.
Oh, I love that clip, man. Clip of him. Him and Sting. I can't
Yeah.
remember the pay-per-view,
Yeah.
but yeah, just obliterated.
hey, there's a video too. You can go find it of AJ confronting him in the locker room after that. It's
Oh yeah.
Damn.
yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Pretty much caught him a joke. Told him he didn't need to be there.
I think I have seen that clip actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. But no, man, I like Jeff. He was I got a sweet spot for him. Man. He's nostalgic. He was my favorite wrestler growing up. You know, when I was a kid, I was 14. You know, lived in suburban America. Like Jeff Hardy, obviously, he's that edgy guy. Like,
And that's my thing. Like, I get that. That's the point. Yeah, he's edgy, all right, living on the edge. But that's my thing. Is like people like certain people get that nostalgia shit that it erases all their shit that they done. You're supposed to pretend like it doesn't exist because of that nostalgia stuff. And then other people don't get that. I'm not going to pull the race card, but I'm winking right now, if you know what I mean.
Oh, Jay Maker in here is getting upset, man. He says, it's fake. Get over it. Watch UFC. You're adults. Jake, I actually watch UFC. I like them both, man.
We all watch UFC.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like them both, dude.
Bro, if you got on our shit just to be lame, bro, fuck off.
It's all good, man. Jake, do you have a favorite TV show, Jake? Is it scripted?
Wrestling's fake.
Wrestling's
Right.
fake, man.
Boys, I quit.
Americans hurt my brain. Yeah. Fair point. It's okay. But anyways, back to the show.
You know, the Avengers is real too, right?
Yeah.
Marvel.
No, it's not. Is it?
Yeah.
The Avengers was fake?
No, it's real. There's really a Hulk. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
What is it, baby?
Kayla Braxton, she interviewed Otis and Mandy, who they're facing off against Dolph and Carmella later on in the Money in the Bank qualifying matches. Pretty standard stuff here. Dude, you know, I'm kind of like the Otis and Mandy stuff. I ain't gonna lie. It's kind of running its course with me. Like,
Thank God.
You know, I thought the come up it's like when Bailey chasing the belt was always more intriguing than, with the exception of now, than
Right.
Bailey with the belt when she was a babyface. It's kind of, you know.
What happened was they didn't get the real blow off they needed at WrestleMania. No crowd and all that stuff kind of just threw a damper on what it should have been, but I've been over it.
Yeah?
I like them both. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I see the appeal and I get it. And like I said, I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago. Like, Mandy is like, I'm team Mandy for sure. Like, I'm definitely on her. Like, her in-ring shit is dope now. I'm finally like starting to see her do some other stuff, but like the Otis shit, like, come on, bro.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I liked how it culminated. I'm just ready to see her turn heel. That's the only way you could go with this, right? Turn her heel. But you
Or
know,
just
'cause
ride it out
Sonya's
with them.
heel. Sonya's heel.
That's what I'm saying. You got to just ride this out with them. I don't see why not. I mean,
Yeah.
make it a couple of things.
They couldn't mutually just go separate ways, could they?
No, it's got to be something. I think he should turn on her. That would be.
That'd be crazy. A heel Otis? That's weird. That's hard to picture, man.
It's the same shit. He's just doing it like just attacking people. Like all he does is grunt and make noises and shit.
I love
mean,
Otis for that, though. I fucking love that. It's
Yeah,
like
just let him-
WWE's Chris Farley, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Let him take out Daniel Bryan backstage and be like, yeah.
I'm telling you.
That's all right.
I
Just
think
fucking
people would have
bite
a
down.
real hard time booing Otis, man. I really think they would.
I don't think so at all. I think he's got enough charisma either way to make it work. To be honest.
Oh, man. I don't
He
know.
probably wouldn't be able to do the caterpillar anymore.
Yeah, you got to stop that. He needs to stop that if there's no crowds. Why are you doing it if there's no crowd?
Right.
You know what I mean?
He'll get rusty, dude.
You'll get
Yeah.
rusty.
You gotta do it.
Does it generate momentum into that elbow drop? Because to be fair, at times it looks like it tires him out. You know,
It's-
like
yeah,
today he
it's-
didn't even get off the
it's-
ground on this one. Like he got up and just fell. Yo. Oh shit.
Yeah, I think it's time for a heel turn for Otis.
We'll see, man. I have to wait and see. I don't know. I kind of disagree, but it's. I feel like they may be written into a corner right now. That's the only
Right.
thing. They just wrote himself into a corner.
I just feel like he could be a monster, like really, like destroy people, like tossing, like how he tossed
He's a
Dolph when he
suplex
caught him in the
machine.
air.
Got
Gee,
that low center of
yeah.
gravity. Whew,
Just
boy.
imagine him like tossing like Daniel Bryan and those guys around. Just like, bro, I think it would be a dope hill.
Yeah. Yeah. He strikes me as like a super heavyweight version of Taz. Like
Yeah.
he has that just low center of gravity. He could be a suplex machine. Um. Yeah. We have the first match is Mandy and Carmella, like my two favorite women on SmackDown. To be fair, they come out. My wife absolutely hates seeing them on screen, especially together. My son was cheering for Mandy Rose before he could really talk. My wife still throws that shit in my face, man. No, they had a decent match.
Yeah.
It was overwhelmed because Sonya Deville came out like minutes into it to trash talk while the match was taking place, and it's like it was what it was supposed to be, man. It was fucking distracting as shit.
Right.
Allowed Carmella to win with a super kick. She takes out Mandy Rose, after which Sonya Deville lays a vicious beatdown on Mandy, tossing her into like the ring post and then ultimately the steps, like jacked up her leg, like legitimately like bruised the shit out of that.
Yeah.
It's all
She's
right.
going to ruin her life if you didn't know that.
Huh?
She's going to ruin her life if you didn't know that.
Yeah. I saw they people wanting her to go like crazy like the because she does kind of look like Victoria from back in like the Attitude. Is that Attitude Era Victoria?
No,
Yeah, that
that's
was
more
Attitude
like
Era.
ruthless.
Nah,
That's more
nah.
ruthless aggression, I'd say.
Yeah, that was definitely ruthless aggression.
Yeah, because the Survivor Series match with Trish was in '02, and you know that was about the
Yeah,
start of it.
that's that weird time period.
Yeah, that's the start of it.
Yeah. Well, anyways, yeah. Backstage, man, he's getting checked out by the trainers. Otis comes by, says, "Hey, what's up?" Essentially, and trainer's like, "Otis, can you get out of here? I need to check on her some more." I didn't understand that.
Not at all.
Yeah, it's just a plot device. Otis, get out of the room. There's someone out there that needs to talk to you.
Like,
Essentially,
was he a gynecologist or was he
yeah. I
checking?
was like, what type of checking like you got to do, bud? But no, Dolph's out there. Just gives a quick like, how's she doing? Is she okay? And Otis kind of stares at him, and that's that. I was wondering. I was getting that. I was like, are we gonna get like a morally complex story here, where there's like like maybe he's not all bad and all that bullshit. But no, that comes back around later in the show.
I will say Otis's vest is fire though. That right there, that one that he had on when him and Dolph was talking. That vest was dope.
Where the fuck is Tucky?
It's been a few weeks, hasn't it?
Yeah, man.
Tucky.
Oh man. All right, so this part fucking was lame. New Day took on Forgotten Sons. I had to write down their names because I literally forget them. That's not even a joke. It's not even a joke.
Me neither. I just know it's Wesley Blake.
Yeah, Wesley Blake with Steve Cutler and Jackson Riker. Riker is like the
Cutler.
big Cutler.
Yeah,
Yeah, Cutler's
Cutler.
the second man in there.
Yeah, I know Jackson Riker. That he was Gunner in TNA. I remember him, but the other two,
Hell yeah, I don't know. Miz and Morrison joined for commentary. I love it. They were really getting under Cole's skin, and they were doing a lot of the fucking Tiger King references still. My favorite line was they said, "Keep it up, Cole. We'll put you on a blind date with Carol Baskin." That's
yeah.
fucking stupid, bro.
What I don't get is why is Jackson Riker not a part of this? Like, why is he not a part of the tag team instead of these two fucking goobers, bro? Like, he's the star of this for sure, and he's the one that's probably has a chance of doing anything. Like, he's just been a manager even when in TNA, and even in NXT, he had like 3 matches in NXT.
Because when they break up, it'll be easier for him to separate himself.
That's true. No, that's
Even
a
in
very
its-
good point.
When even in NXT, Blake and Cutler was in most of the tag matches.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he didn't do shit. He was just a glorified heater
Wasn't
for
he
him.
in
He
like
wasn't
a
even
big
a manager.
ladder match though? Wasn't he like a big ladder match in NXT?
He wasn't in it. He interfered. And,
He
Yeah.
interfered. Okay.
but no, that's why. I mean, if it don't work out, they can get rid of the other two.
Which
Keep
I
him
think
with
that's the plan.
Yeah.
Is
It has-
Yeah, this whole Forgotten Son shit's gonna fizzle and it's just gonna turn into Jackson Riker. The whole packaging is so fucking generic, man. They look like generic creator wrestlers down to the fucking name. Like,
Now, I will say this: I liked a lot of their, double team moves they did tonight.
Oh
I mean,
yeah, I'll
they
give
had
you
a very
that.
unique moveset tonight. I thought.
Yeah, they do.
Um,
I like their finisher too. That like kind of stomp, reverse DDT. Like they got some decent moves and stuff in the ring, but just nothing about them makes you think that they can do anything. Like
and the back cracker elbow.
yeah,
I mean, but no,
my
I
thing
can't.
is, go ahead.
I just can't get into them. I can't
No.
even this match. I just
dude, I wrote
My
it
thing
down. I
is
said the commentary was more entertaining than the damn match was.
They got this fucking thing because they're Marines and all that shit, which I get, no disrespect, but I mean that's not a character just because you were a former Marine and shit. Like that's
Lacey Evans.
again, that's not a character. Just
That
'cause
was
you
just
were
that was just
a
how to
former-
turn face. Now she has nothing to do with the Marines until she has to
No.
remind people she's like a good guy.
I just want Rob
Right.
to like yell at me. That's all. I'm sorry.
We were having the same kind of similar conversation about Mia Yim. Like, just because you dress urban, that's not a character.
Yeah,
Just because you know what I'm saying? Like,
I liked Mia when
But-
she was on her way to that title match and she was attacking the Four Horsewomen backstage. Actually, one of our episodes we have the soundbite of Mia Yim jumping, I think Jessamine Duke, in the locker room.
yeah.
Yeah, that shit. We used that as the opening soundbite to one of the episodes. It was fucking awesome, actually. We'll look that up. Forgotten Sons beat New Day. I think clean. I wasn't paying attention. Was there any interference? Was it just clean? The fuck, man.
Yeah.
This is just
It's
I
like
was
I said,
pretty,
they're gonna get that
surprised.
initial push, and then they're just gonna be written off. That's
don't
all
get
I
me
can think
wrong.
of.
I expected a push, but the pin, the 8-time.
yeah.
time.
Your
Weeks in,
standard banners. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know.
I don't know,
It's a-
man.
that's like skipping the push and going straight to the freaking.
Yeah, maybe someone's high on them. Although they don't really fit the mold anywhere. Like when you think of like Vince gets behind certain guys, you can kind of see the ones. Like they all kind of have similar qualities.
But they do fit his other agenda, his political agenda. That's some straight MAGA shit, bro. I'm not even trying to be funny. Like that's some straight MAGA shit.
Don't have to
Fucking,
try. That's fucking hilarious, though.
don't tread on me, fucking military. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what that real shit is really about.
Oh man, I don't know. I just
Same thing with Lacey Evans.
Well, Lacey's blonde. That's all. If you're blonde, that's the joke for the women's division.
Yeah, but she's got that little extra kick about her being a MAGA douche. That little extra cherry on top for Vince. Blonde, nice tits, and you support Trump. You need a championship.
Well, they haven't given one to her yet, but fucking, Money in the Bank's right around the corner, so we'll see. But it was confirmed at this point. I don't know if we said it earlier in the show that Money in the Bank's the men and women's match are gonna go the same time.
What?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
Well, I must have been straight spaced out on that shit. No, I
Yeah,
did not.
so Daniel Bryan during his promo, he said it, but then I was, you could have interpreted it as, they're both gonna happen on the same night, but no, they dropped it right after the tag match. That both the men's and women's matches will go down at the same time. They're gonna have just that mad scramble in the building. They have both briefcases hanging in the above the ring side by side. I think it's interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting.
Sure.
Sounds ass to me. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Like I said, they're giving it the I think we're going to get both. I think we're going to get the cinematic treatment, a lot of that leading to the upstairs, and then once they're on the roof, I think we're going to get more of a I mean in the loosest way possible, a traditional match.
I think are we gonna get some intergender shit finally?
I believe so. I don't know if we're going to get flat out Baron Corbin giving out another end of days to another female competitor like he did Becky. But I could definitely see like women calling the men for an assist. and shit. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting. You know why they
Yeah.
can't do that, right?
Why?
The intergender stuff. Mattel,
What?
the toy company. Yep, the toy company. At one point, I guess like hot off the Attitude Era, said that they wouldn't. They'd end their relationship with WWE if they continued with the intergender stuff. Fucking WWE got banned out of Canada when Stone Cold beat the piss out of Lita with a chair that one time on Raw. She was trying to
What?
protect Matt Hardy. Yeah, they
Oh
couldn't.
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, no, they got in serious water. And then like the fucking controversy with Al Snow and Head, and it's a mannequin head, but like mothers,
Right.
of course, freaked out and said it was like a decapitated female's head and shit.
I do remember that. My mom was fucking kind of. Well, what is this going on now? I'm like, bro, it's not what you think, man. Chill.
He's just a little crazy. It's all it is. He talks to a mannequin head. But yeah, no, it's Mattel. Mattel's the reason why intergender wrestling had to stop in WWE, and
I
it
never
only
knew that.
yeah, and when you see shit occur, like Baron Corbin end of days on, um, fucking Becky Lynch and stuff, like they get heat. Like Mattel sends them like a fucking shape up. Better not
Like a
keep
cease and desist type
kind of
shit.
yeah. They're like, yo, like you got to stop. You can't be doing this,
That's
you know.
that's crazy.
I'm sure there's more sponsors too now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, but that
Especially
was the
nowadays,
initial one. I wonder why Nia Jax is an exception. Although they didn't really give her too much. They had to pull back on that too because they were gonna have her do a couple matches with Dean Ambrose and the same thing. They had to
Yeah,
pull, they
that's
had
what I'm
to
saying. They were supposed to have a match, like full
yeah
fledged match. They were supposed to have, I thought.
yeah they had it advertised at the venue and everything, and then last minute they had to pull. I can't remember exactly who it was, but it was due to sponsors like Mattel or somebody else was like, no, you can't have that intergender shit in WWE. Can't have it. It's weird, man.
It just kills me the shit that they let get away, and then like stuff like that. Oh no, okay, boss, we won't do it.
It's fucking
Like
weird,
what?
man. Yo, Snickers is the reason why we didn't have a battle royal named after a sex trafficker. Yeah, so
Those-
you obviously Sebastian. You know what I'm talking about?
I actually don't know this one.
Really? Okay, so the Fabulous Moolah.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
so
Oh yeah,
original.
yeah.
yeah, so Fabulous
forgot she
Moolah
was a
is looked
sex
at
trafficker.
kind of like in
Yeah.
WWE's eyes, like Mae Young, like the two
Yeah,
pioneers of women's wrestling
but then all that shit came
ever.
about her
Hmm.
pimping out her students and shit and everything. Like yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
forgot.
that's what happened. So the inaugural women's battle royal at WrestleMania because they'd been doing
Yeah,
the Andre the Giant one, and they were going to do the Fabulous Moolah one, and when they announced that, all the people that know Fabula Moolah's real history about
yeah,
pimping out her female students and essentially being a sex trafficker for years and using that leverage to keep her with the belt and like all this shady shit, man. They were gonna let it fly. WWE was gonna let it fly. They said fuck everybody, and it was
yeah.
Snickers. Snickers was the sole reason they pulled it. It had nothing to do with the public backlash. Snickers said, "Hey, look, we're gonna stop sponsoring you." And Snickers is like WrestleMania's largest sponsor every year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like
Ye-
that. That's one of their biggest, if not the biggest sponsor they have.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So Snickers was like, "No, man, change it." And so you had people coming up with other ones. They wanted to do like Beth Phoenix and China, and um, which China would have been controversial, although I think way more fitting.
Yeah.
But ultimately, yeah, they just went with the women's. They just called it the Women's Battle Royal, where the men's is named after Andre the Giant. That's why it's just women's. They didn't have a
And some
backup.
of the shit too, it wasn't even so much that she was just pimping out the women. She was doing it to the men too. Like she was literally
Yeah,
pimping out her students, like men, women, all of them. Like some of the
she
shit that I heard, bro, like it was
she
crazy.
like would hold pay. She wouldn't pay her women. She wouldn't pay her wrestlers.
Yep.
She used like all of this stuff, man. Yeah, like Fabulous Moolah was a shady, shady cat, and it's
She was
crazy
trash.
because if she has any reference through WWE's filter, they're always going to refer to her like she's like a legend and a pioneer, like where they will scrub other people for less controversy. Like
Literally.
the Fabulous Moolah gets a pass. It's weird, man. It's just weird. Afterwards, well, I don't know actually how to segue from one controversial female wrestler to another. Tamina was interviewed backstage. Sasha Banks was back there. This is kind of weird. Sasha Banks was like, "Hey, let's team up. Remember Team Bad? That was cool." And then literally that was like I was like, "Okay, cool. We'll get a story out of this." Like, nah. It was more or less just a distraction for Bailey to try and jump her. Sasha and Bailey jump Tamina, and Lacey Evans comes in for the save. Trainers break them all up, and this is pretty much. I don't know if it got confirmed later on. This is just to set up a tag match next week. I'm almost positive.
For sure. That's standard.
Yeah, it's
Harper
standard
shit.
booking and stuff. Tamina a face though. That's weird.
I mean,
Tamina is just
filler.
Just put her wherever she's needed.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
She's decent in the ring. I mean, she's all right on the mic. I mean, I wish they could have found somebody else, but I mean, I don't mind her being like that stopgap for this pay-per-view and stuff.
I'm just ready for the draft, man.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you Ever and Sasha, there's really not much to work with right there on SmackDown, especially with Mandy and Sonya having their own little story that kind of takes them out of the picture.
Who has the bigger ceiling, Mandy or Sonya?
I think Sonya does, honestly.
I've been hearing that too.
I do too.
Yeah?
Yeah. I've always been a big Sonya fan.
Yeah. And she has a lot of character points that she can flesh out. I mean, even if you don't go out, you can use her homosexuality. You can use a lot of different things. Her MMA background, I think like she has a bunch of different avenues that you can explore with. And Mandy, like they're always, no matter how good Mandy gets, is always going to come back to what she looks like. They're never going to I don't think they're ever going to give her a chance to let her be anything other than a hot bitch.
It's hard, man. I know. It's weird. It's weird. Remember when Tamina, what was it? The first Women's Royal Rumble? And it came down, not Tamina, excuse me. Sonya. Didn't Sonya face off against Asuka and everyone was like losing their fucking mind?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
Sonya and Asuka's always had really good chemistry.
Yeah, man. They haven't capitalized
or
on
whatever.
They need to pull the trigger, man, because Asuka's not the youngest girl in there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how many years Asuka's got left, and especially on top of her game, because Asuka's been on top of the mountain. Fuck, man, Jesus! Ever since she set foot in WWE, that's got to be like 4 or 5 years now. It feels like.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far, but I mean, she's been decent. She should have been at the top of the mountain the entire time she's been there.
Well, NXT she was on top the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she went undefeated in NXT, and then. Yeah, you're right. They fumbled with her and
they sat on her the entire time she's been on the main roster.
Yeah, that's true. She's really just getting like that shine now.
Yeah.
Which I feel like tonight's like the first episode she hasn't been on since they went to no audiences.
I swear I was thinking, I was like, damn, we didn't see Asuka tonight.
Man, give that woman a day off, man. She deserves it. Well, anyways, we got this cool promo, man. Sonya and Dolph hanging out backstage. This was cool. Like whatever camera they used for this promo, use this shit for all your backstage stuff. This was atmospheric. It was fucking.
And that's what I was gonna ask. It looked like it was pre-taped. That's what I was gonna ask. Like, was this a live promo or was this pre-taped? Because
this had to
how
been,
it was shot and everything.
This
like it was
probably pre-taped, I'd say.
Yeah. I mean, dude, Dolph was on his game, dude. He was on like in form, everything. Those acting classes that he's taken, man, really paid off. But yeah, Sonya Deville essentially is like, I did my part. You go do your part. Still playing the heel, and then Dolph goes into this like conflicted fucking villain shtick where you have to know what you're doing is right, and having heart can only get you so far. If they knew what it takes to be a winner, stuff we've kind of heard before, but his delivery was passionate as fuck. And then, dude, y'all caught him like tearing up, right? Talking about that title and cashing in.
Yeah,
man, like.
My thing is with him, like he's another one. Like he's had that same fucking gimmick for 10 years.
Yeah, man.
Like give him something else. Like let him explore. And he's clearly knows what he's doing. He's clearly has the chops. He's a comedian. He's actually a pretty funny one. You know what I'm saying? Like he has some other shit going on. Like he's literally been the show off for probably 10 years.
Yeah.
The thing with Dolph too, every once in a while you'll get this gem of a promo. If you go back
Yeah.
when he was
Yeah.
facing Dean Ambrose for the championship at SummerSlam,
Or
you
when
know,
he
on
kept
the mic.
losing to Miz, and then he put his career on the line
Yeah,
against Miz.
that was what
Like,
I was
some
going to
really good
next.
shit, man.
Both of those feuds, you know, he was really good on the mic, and he has those moments. It's just when he's not following Drew McIntyre, or well, I guess Drew is kind of following him, but Baron Corbin, or you know,
I think his whole thing, he got fucked when Shawn Michaels came out and said that he's just a Shawn Michaels wannabe.
I don't
I think,
know.
I love that though. That was such a good scene.
It's
but
when
I'm saying like not maybe not in the company. I'm saying just like everyone's general view of him. Like,
I think he was already
like
too far gone. I mean, that
no,
was just.
I
a
think it
year
was the
ago.
injury. Like Vince has a hard time putting smaller guys over and putting the belt on the small guys. So I feel like when he does that, he'll look for any reason to be proven why you shouldn't have been the champ. And
facts.
that was Dolph. He got a concussion, and then he never sniffed that title again. Look what happened to Finn Balor. Finn Balor came up. Now, granted, this was during while Roman was being punished for the steroid shit or whatever. But Finn Balor came up, tore through Roman, beat Seth, became Universal Champion, but friggin' tore his rotator cuff. And Finn Balor hasn't been in the main event scene ever since then. It's
Right.
almost like you think like Vince McMahon has to be talked into putting these guys over, and then just like they get injured or something wrong goes happen, and he's like, "See, I fucking told you I was right," and then
Well,
he just scraps them.
with Doc too, I mean, like he does have some gems every once in a while, but then his other promos, all he does is yell.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, these great promos are far in between, you know. So I don't think he's
And
been.
could it be
is
like
he
Randy
chewing
Orton,
his
like when he's
tongue or
motivated?
is he chewing his tongue or
I
is he
don't think he's
chewing
Orton.
gum? Like that's another thing about him that pisses me off. Like
Yeah,
I never know what the fuck is he doing. Like you got a mouthful. Are you really chewing your tongue? You got some gum? Like
Fuck no,
I
if they're
don't.
chewing gum. Gronkowski chewed gum during his promo. You fucking hear it. Like
Yeah.
you can hear it come through the mic if someone's chewing gum. So yeah, he's probably chewing his tongue. It's probably
When
just
was
for
that?
the look.
When was that Dolph won the title with Big E and AJ? That was about 10 years ago, wasn't
I believe that wasn't that the cash in when he
yeah.
cashed in on
it?
Del
Yeah.
Rio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was about 10 years ago, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
He's
Probably.
been this exact same character for 10 years.
Yeah. I don't know. He's got this. He's got some kind of different right now. I don't know.
No,
It's a
he's been
little
the show
different.
off, the bleach blonde hair and the fucking 10 years, bro. 10
He
years.
feels kind of like he. It feels like he's typecasted. Like he can't get away from that. It's
No.
like if you were to try to get Mark Wahlberg away from like pissed off cop. It just doesn't happen, man.
Well, I mean,
You can't. You don't
Fucking
believe it
gotta
anywhere
let
else.
me fly.
sometimes these guys and Dos One, I've always said he's great in the ring. When you can have a good match with anybody, sometimes that does more harm
It does.
Yeah,
than it does good. I mean,
yeah. When you can sell it too good, I've always heard that about him
you're
too.
just a guy that can put somebody over and do it effectively. Then
Well, speaking of which, that kind of takes us right into our match with Otis, because that's exactly how that match started off. Was Dolph just got tossed around that ring for like 10 minutes. He was bumping like a madman for Otis, and hell yeah, man. No, he really did. Like he just went all out, man. They had a decent match. They had the same match though, pretty much just a couple weeks ago, where Otis starts out extremely strong. They do a little cutaway or whatever, and then Dolph pretty much carries the rest of the match with offense. And then Otis squeaks out with the victory. Because Dolph got out of the ring during an attempted caterpillar, which is fucking just run up and do an elbow drop while there's no fans, okay?
Just as ass as the choo choo train from Braun.
I'm telling you. I don't know if it's that bad. I like it with the fans because the fans get into it. The fans could care less about Braun running around.
I don't
the
think
ring.
it's as bad as that. It's the fact that Otis probably
Listen.
shouldn't be able to do it in the first
Yeah.
place. So that kind of
guys
makes it
got your-
impressive.
You guys got your opinion. I got mine.
But yeah, Dolph hits a zigzag, Otis kicks out, and then ultimately Otis is able to get the caterpillar. Just completely crushes Dolph with that elbow drop. Picks
My
up-
question
I do not like it as a finisher.
No, same here.
Ah.
It's like when Scotty 2 Hotty did the worm. Like that should not
Yeah.
be your finisher. Which I imagine it wasn't until I think like Triple H said it that I didn't really think about it, but moves like that, wrestlers typically hate taking, apparently, because you have to sell for so long to let them do it. Like it first emerged with Triple H with the People's Elbow. Apparently, when The Rock started doing the People's Elbow, it was as a joke at a house show, but it caught fire, and Triple H and other wrestlers hated it because you have to lay there for so long to sell for the move. And I imagine that's the same thing when Scotty 2 Hotty did the worm, and then obviously now Otis doing the caterpillar. Apparently, The Rock also on top of that broke Triple H's nose or busted it like completely open.
He broke his nose with the People's Elbow.
Yeah, like how do you? He's like, on top of this stupid move, how do you end up breaking my nose too?
Well, it didn't help that he's 6'5" and like 250 fucking pounds, fucking. Yeah. And he throws it so hard. It's not even like he like. At least with with Otis and him, he kind of just like lays it on you. Like The Rock, like put that extra shit on it at the end.
Yeah, man.
That's another ass finisher too. Like nobody wants to say it, but the People's Elbow was ass.
Oh, the Rock's wrestling style was just all about the crowd, just firing up the crowd. Nobody else could do the Rock Bottom and the People's Elbow and it be passable finishers.
And that's my thing too. Is like no one ever gives him shit, but like what he had the 3 moves of doom too. Like you can't name any like off the hook fucking shit that Rock did in the ring.
It was his dude. It was just his personality.
It was the punch, eyebrow, People's Elbow, Rock Bottom.
He had a good spine buster.
Oh yeah, the spine buster just set it up. But
yeah, he had a pretty spine buster. But no, it was definitely Rock's charisma carried him through those matches.
He had that like underarm DDT. He had that.
Oh yeah, to like float over DDT thing.
Yeah, he did too, man. Rock
didn't
have terrible offense. He didn't have terrible offense. Okay, no one in the Attitude Era was like those guys were not the freaking ring technicians that we see nowadays. No. You know what I mean? Really not. That's why the Radicals came over from WCW.
I mean, Steve Austin, for example, he stopped you in the corner, the stunner.
Well, Stone Cold used to be really technical in the ring.
Yeah, that was so
and then
fucked his back.
Owen Hart fucked him up, man.
Yeah.
I mean, or you can go to a lot of Attitude guys. Bret Hart was about one of the only few that,
Bret Hart was overrated as fuck. I'll take that to the grave.
Well, he's versatile, though. I mean, he was technical. He could pull out some different things more than what a lot of people did.
I love Bret Hart to a certain extent, but he's such a dick and like sucks his own dick so much.
He does our fucking intro.
Yeah,
he does our intro. We talk shit about
I was about to say.
But I mean, they say like if you just see him, like he really does believe he's the best there is, the best there ever was to ever do it, and all that shit. Like if you hook him to a fucking lie detector, he'd probably pass the test because he really does think that.
Like, didn't we just recently start getting our numbers back in Canada? Can we move on?
This happens every time, man. We get Canadian viewers, UK viewers, and then we talk shit about Bret Hart, and then they all leave. Yeah. Even the live audience is leaving now, man. They're pissed off too, probably.
Yeah.
No, but yeah. Well, anyways, that was SmackDown. It was like I said, SmackDown was a filler. It was a filler episode. Honestly, I had more fun talking about the offshoot shit than I did actually talking about wrestling.
Right.
And Jake Meyer, he said something. He said, "I would like to donate 1,000 British pounds. You will do a challenge." So I'm assuming it is if you will do a challenge. He never followed it up. Jake, what was it? What was the challenge, man? He's probably just going to insult.
We're always down to whore ourselves out for the podcast.
Yeah, man. Especially 1,000. Hey, dude, that'd be the biggest contribution to the show so far.
That's more. It would be more dollars for us, and is our dollar worth more or theirs?
I think right now theirs.
Oh yeah, so it'd be probably about $1,200 for us.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Yeah, he didn't follow it up. Now I'm kind of confused, man. Damn, what was the challenge?
Messaging? Can you message him?
Well, I don't know if he's still in the chat. It was just in the live chat. He was watching one of our Twitch channels. I don't know which one. I got both Twitch channels running. But anyways, thank you guys for joining us. Honestly, sticking around. It's always hard to watch a podcast when the show's kind of boring.
Was that the guy talking shit about wrestling?
Yeah, it was the same guy.
I bet the challenge was to find a real TV show.
Maybe. Once again, hey, don't forget, smash that like button, subscribe, hit us up in the chat. But like always, until next time, you guys have a good one.
See ya.
See ya.